Well, hello there, YouTube. Not sure if you can hear me all right. I'm doing this video in my kitchen and my washing machine's running. I want to do a video on this extremely interesting little multi-tool that I got. To tell you the truth, I don't remember where I got it. I think it was, if most, $3 or $4. This thing is teeny tiny. Here's my hand in comparison. It is an extremely quality tool. I can't figure out who makes it because there's no stampings whatsoever. But let me tell you, this thing is built extremely well. So I've got all the kind of tools open so you can see what we've got. I got a very small knife. That's probably 1.25 inches at best. Phillips screwdriver. I got the bottle top opener. A teeny tiny saw, which I don't know. I guess that's not all that useful. It's got a pretty decent pliers. You can even see that there's a spring in there. The pliers work extremely well. Nail file, okay. Scissors. Believe it or not, these teeny tiny, you can see that they're the size of my fingernail. These teeny scissors are just extremely good. I am surprised by how good they are. Can opener, just used it just now to open a can of tuna fish and it did great. And then here there's basically a flathead screwdriver. This tool, let me flip it over so you can see the other side. Like I said, there's really no markings that I could find on this thing. I looked and looked, but I cannot find any stampings, any markings, nothing. It does have this little kind of keychain looking thing, but I just pushed it back on itself because I'm not a big fan of the keychain. I just sharpened this knife blade a little bit. I'm no expert when it comes to sharpening, but you know, I cut a piece of paper, you know how you're supposed to do. It seemed to cut a piece of paper just fine. The blade is on the small side. You know, honestly, the most you could do is maybe cut some string. You can probably, you know, score an orange or something like that with it. The blade's extremely small. But hey, it's a blade, you know. The screwdriver works really well. I used that before just for rinky-dink jobs, you know, tightening the cover plates to an electrical outlet or something like that. That works just fine. Haven't used the bottle cap opener, but don't have any, don't expect to see any problems with it. It's fine. The saw is relatively sharp. Actually, some pencil marks on it. I was messing around the other day with a pencil. The saw is sharp. I'm not sure what you use a 1/4 inch saw with. I'm not exactly sure what you can do with that, but whatever. You know, maybe cut a piece of rope or something of that nature. Like I said, the nail file's fine. It works okay. You can file your nail a little bit, you know, clean out your cuticles and all that. This is great. Can opener is great. I actually just sharpened that a little bit out in my shop. Probably can't see that all that well, but put a little sharp on it. It's fine. And then the flathead screwdriver. So let me close everything up on it. And by the way, I'll tell you, boy, it is one of the easiest closing tools I have ever seen. Here it is when it's totally closed, you know. Here you can see kind of what it looks like. Here's the back spring. You can see how the back spring is. Now, you know, you look at the fit and finish. Yeah, it's not exactly off. It's, you know, it's off by a little bit, but you know, I'm not an aficionado of knives or anything or pocket tools. I just need something in my bag to putz around with. And this thing has been great. You can open it with one hand. Now, I'm a righty, so I should probably be holding the camera with the other one. But you can see it fits nicely in the palm of the hand. It's got that really nice spring tension on it. The points, you know, you can see they come to a really, really nice point. If you can see that all right. Yeah, really nice point. It's got a little wire cutter there. Can you see that? It's got a wire. There you go. That's better. It's got a wire cutter. Just a really handy dandy little knife, little multi-tool. So I got about 2 or 3 of these things. I got one in my car. one in my backpack that I take to the office every day. I used to have another one, but the TSA, in their infinite wisdom, decided that I could take down a whole airplane with this thing, so they stole it. Whatever. Anyway, but it's relatively cheap. I can't tell you where I bought it. I'm thinking Walmart, but I don't remember. It's been years and years. But I wanted to show this thing because, boy, I'll tell you, for just having a little pocket knife, a little, multi-tool in your pocket. Now, look, I'm not a construction worker. I'm not a super duper, crafty kind of a guy. But just to have something in your pocket, sometimes you need to file something, you need to open a can, whatever. Tighten some Phillips head screws. I mean, it's just so easy to use. And I thought that it was a really nice tool that people would like. Now, I know there's guys out there that have extremely nice, kind of high-end, fancy multi-tools. And, I aspire to do that one day. I'll probably get a nice one of these years. But for me, for just a guy that's just kind of putzing around life, this thing is just great. Now, the truth is, it's small, right? And so, if I was going to do a bigger job where I really needed a full set of pliers, then you know what? I would go and get a full set of pliers, right? But if I was just putzing around and I needed something quick and easy, this would be it. Now, I don't know if they make, whoever this manufacturer is, I don't know if they make a larger version. I just don't know anything about it. I wouldn't mind having a larger version, because I'll tell you, based on the quality of this thing, it seems like a larger one would be pretty sweet to have around the house, or maybe just in the glove box of the car. Now, I do, like I said, I do have a couple of these. Keep one of them in the car, keep one of them in my backpack. And it's one of these things where I can't tell you I use it every day. I don't do that many things that requires a multi-tool like this every day. But if I need to pull something, I don't know, it just seems like a very useful little tool to have around. Like I said, it does have the keychain. I did think about putting it on my keychain one time, but my keychain's already got enough stuff on it. The only thing that I'll push back and say that I'm a little bit disappointed, and you can kind of see it, is that, see if I can zoom in, the scissors, the very tip of the scissors does stick out a little bit. And so if you're not careful, that probably doesn't show right, but if you're not careful, that little tip of the scissors, and the tip of this can opener too, can sometimes get you. So you just need to be careful about that. But the rest of it, I'm making some shadows here, the rest of it is extremely good. So I highly recommend this. If anyone has any idea what this thing is, let me know, so I can Google it and I can buy a few more for $3 to $4. Anyway, this is my little multi-tool. Hope you guys would enjoy it, especially those experts that are out there that know their multi-tools and all that good stuff. Let me know what I've got so I know what this thing is. I would love to have an idea. Now, I have read, again, I'm not an expert or anything, but I have read that this idea where you can put the closing mechanisms like this, and the blades and all the utensils are on the inside. I heard that that's something, I guess a company called maybe Bear or something like that. Maybe they came up with it first, but then Leatherman took it, or vice versa. I don't really know the details, and I just have to wonder, was this maybe made by that Bear company? I don't know. I mean, there's no stamping, so it's hard to tell. And who knows, maybe it's just a cheap Chinese knockoff. Well, I'll tell you, if it is, they have got their act together, because this thing is pretty darn good. All right, YouTube, that's pretty much it. Wanted to show you my cheap man's multi-tool. Thank you.